I really don't have a horror story. I don't have a, I was really bad and, you know, was into drugs or this and that, and then Jesus turned me around. I was raised a Christian my whole life. I fell off at certain times, there were times where Jesus wasn't on my mind the whole time, you know, and that's life. But I'll tell you what, this Holy Smoke is awesome, man, and it really allowed me to start using my lyrics and my music for Jesus. And I do secular music most of the time, almost like 80% of my time, and it's fun and it's clean, but at the end of the day I am a Christian, and it is awesome that I get to stand here in front of you guys and perform this music. And the Holy Smoke's been awesome for me, so it's really given me this chance. And with my music, I think is really like what I share with people when I talk about Jesus is one sure thing in my mind, in my past, is that I grew up in a musical family, in a musical world. And my dad is a great musician, if you'd like to raise his hand. Michael Teruzio, fantastic musician. And plays 3 instruments, and my whole life I wanted to be like my dad. You know, I wanted to be a musician. I watched the way my dad, you know, like treated people, and just people at like Burger King, like when he would drive through the drive-thru, and he would treat people with such respect, and he was such a role model, and I really wanted to be like my dad, you know. And at the end of the day, it was because of Jesus that my dad was the way he was, and he showed that in his life. There was no facade, there was no fakeness. It wasn't like he was one way in front of somebody, and then at the end of the day, he was a different dude at home. Like, he represented Jesus in everything, and one of the ways I admired my dad was not only the way he spoke to people and respected people and loved people, was his music. And I remember when I was 14, 15 years old, I wanted to start rapping. It was big at school, grew up in public school in Norwalk. Rap was huge, you know, hip-hop, everybody wanted to be a rapper, they all had Pro Tools, and so my dad gave me the opportunity to go into the studio, and back then, all I did was write my rhymes. I had no musical talent. Like, when it came to writing music, I'm sorry, dude, I just don't have it. So, I remember one day, and this is where really, like, I really broke down and I had to talk to Jesus, because I was at a piano, a little, like, Casio keyboard that you get from, like, Toys R Us for, like, $80 or $50, whatever it was. And I'm trying to make beats on it, and I'm like, Lord, this isn't sounding good. Like, this isn't good. Like, I sound like a 10-year-old trying to rap. Like, and I just remember being so frustrated that I needed something. I needed him to help me, because my dad can only be a musician and so good for himself. He can't just give me his gift. Like, I needed my own gift. And I just remember crying to the Lord, and I just was on my floor in my bedroom, and I was literally crying like a baby. And I was like, Lord, if this is what I'm supposed to do, I would love for you to just give me the skills to do this music. I really want to do this, and if it's your will, Lord, give me the skills to do it, and I will do it. And I will do it to the best of my ability and use it to glorify you. And dude, like, when I tell you, like, overnight, my friend introduced me to a program. I had no idea about digital music or workshops. I thought you made it on a keyboard and recorded it. And before you know it, I was making my own music, and it was good. I was finding myself listening to it, and it was catchy. And really, at the end of the day, man, like, after all this time, and obviously God gave me the skills to grow and grow and grow, I wrote all that music that you guys heard. I came up with every little synth part, every drum snare or kick or whatever it was. That's all from scratch. It's not somebody else's beat. That's not something I heard on the radio and copied. Like, God gave me those skills so that I could stand here and give you guys original music. So that's it. That's pretty much my testimony. I mean, short and on it all. Lord just showed me that He was real because He gave me that gift. That's definitely something that I didn't do on my own. So glory to God.